Hello y'all, it's Lucy and I just wanted to show you my fun little ornaments that I made. These are made with stamps and frosted crystal embossing powder, and then you rub chalk on it and you kind of mimic chalk. So these are little ornaments I made. Some have a spinner, you know, can spin, they hang, they look really nice. This one's a fun one. And I used some new stamps from Stampers Anonymous. I love this little ghost. And then for this one, I used a skeleton on a circle, and then I used the moon mask, where I gave the eye, and then I spritzed a little bit of mica stains on it. I think you might be able to see some of the shine. But anyway, I just had a lot of fun making these ornaments. And I've got all the information on my blog, paperglitterglue.com. Alrighty. Okay, first I'm using a stamping platform. You don't have to do that. You can stamp it like regular, but I'm not really a good stamper, and this lets me stamp twice so I can make sure that it works. So I like the ghost because the ghost has a lot of empty space that lets the black chalkboard kind of background show through. So you really need a relatively simple design where the chalk, you know, the chalkboard effect can show. This is a Stampers Anonymous stamp for Halloween 2021. Let me see what it's called. Halloween Doodles. Halloween Doodles. It's got great stamps on it. And I'm just using regular black cardstock. This is 110-pound cardstock. In other words, it's a slightly heavier cardstock. I just want to make sure it was centered. And that I can, when I do my cut, the whole design will fit inside. Okay, so I'm doing this to make sure the stamp adheres to the stamping platform. But again, you don't have to use the stamping platform for this. Okay, I'm gonna stamp. And since it's a pretty easy design, it's not the same workout if you're trying to do, you know, really complicated background design. You're trying to stamp that evenly. So let's see. And actually, I can see the impression on the stamp. I'm still gonna do it just one more time, real lightly. Okay, so now I don't know if you can see it, but I can see that the embossing ink is stamped on my paper. So I'm going to move the stamping platform out of the way and get my trusty coffee filters to catch my embossing powder. Like I said, this is one by Ranger. It's called Frosted Crystal. And the main trick when you use it, this isn't the main trick. This is just spreading the frosted crystals. Try to make sure, well, there is a trick here. Make sure you cover the entire design. Let's see if we did that. Yep. No, the main trick happens when you emboss. You have to emboss lightly. Like I said, it has a lower melting point. So if you melt it too much, it won't have the kind of gritty texture to it for the chalkboard technique to work. Always pour your embossing powder. I always pour my embossing powder back before I turn on the embossing gun or the heat gun, because if I don't, I'll spread it everywhere. Let's get that out of the way. Let me see how many. Alrighty. Now, this is a heat tool. This is the Ranger heat tool. And what you want to do is emboss it just enough for it to turn a matte color. It shouldn't be shiny like most embossing powders get. It should just get flat looking. And that way it will retain its grittiness for the chalk to catch on it and the chalkboard technique to work. Okay, you can see it's already changing. Try not to overdo it. And that's one reason I only put one design on the paper at a time, because you don't want to be inadvertently heating up one of your other designs. Okay. See, it didn't take long at all. The top part is pretty much where I want it to be. The bottom of the ghost needs a little bit more. So I do a little bit and then stop, a little bit and stop. And I really think we're there. Okay, so I hope you can see. Let's see if I can catch it enough. It's very flat. It's not shiny like regular embossing powder. So we'll let that cool for a minute. I'm gonna get the chalk. Okay, I've got my chalk. Let me see if it's dry. All right, let's see if it works. Yep. Isn't that cool? And Tim Holtz always recommends just using your finger and smearing it like somebody's cleaned the chalkboard. And I just love that. So, like I said, I'm going to cut them out. Where is the size? This is the size I'm going to use for this. Put a background, and then I'm just going to hang them from my little garland. And really, that's all there is to it. It's very easy and quick and, you know, just plain fun. Okay, I hope you'll join me for other crafts at Paper Glitter Glue. Alrighty, bye.